What's up, YouTube? I know it's on a late night. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't stop the hustle, man. It doesn't stop the motivation. It doesn't stop the trying to get out here and get it cracking. Do you feel? You know, we got a few conversations we're gonna talk about tonight. You know, we're gonna tap in tonight, get into it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, uh, it's like in life you have decisions, and then you have things that you stand on. You know what I'm saying? And what you stand on as you get older, you have to redefine that. You know what I'm saying? Because as you get older and you go through life situations, you go through your life journey, your outlook on things will change. Your experience that you go through in life, you will start to change. You know what I'm saying? As you go through your steps in life, your outlook, how you perceive things, how you able to adapt to different situations, you will change. And that leads me into the conversation of talking about Troy Avenue and Mano. My bad. you know, Troy Avenue, Troy Ave. He call him Drano or Chano. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know either one of them of those fellas, you know what I'm saying? I don't know either one of them. But I watched Mano live a few days ago, and I watched Troy Avenue, the Facto show. And I gotta say, you know what I'm saying, coming from, from the Bay Area to West Coast, one thing I appreciate is when an individual can keep it real. I'm not saying for you to incriminate yourself. That ain't what I'm asking. That's not what it's about with me. But just being real of the situation. And what I could see with Troy Ave off this recent live he just did on the Facto show, how he was breaking everything down. I gotta say, Troy Avenue looked like he's telling the truth. You know what I mean? There's certain things may be fabricated, possible, you know, but I can say that with Troy Ave, what he was saying and the points he was making, I gotta say, you know, I gotta say, Troy Avenue, you know what I'm saying? He seemed like he was on point in what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not promoting any type of violence or anything like that, but sometimes, man, you're gonna go through confrontations, and how you handle it really shows a lot about your character. You know what I'm saying? It shows a lot about who you really are. And unfortunately, what you will soon find out, that's why I say keep living long enough. As you go through your life and journey and you go through your bumps, you go through your ups and downs, you will start to understand a few things about life. And that's mostly with the people around you. It's mostly with individuals that claim that they real, that they claim that they, The illest in Nebraska. Do you feel? But nah, seriously, and with the Troy Ave situation, what he was saying, the facts he was pointing out, you know, based on my discovery and what I seen, it seemed like he was on top. He was really on top of what he was saying. And with Mano, in the change situation and how Troy Ave was breaking it down. If you're not familiar, go to Troy Ave, Facto on YouTube. What I'm saying, got his own podcast. This is where I got a lot of the information of what I'm talking about. Troy Ave. I watched his live. You know what I'm saying? But I just look at it like this, though. We all, for me, I'm 40 plus. I believe Troy Ave is in his 30s. Mano was pushing 50, right? Now, for Mano, me personally, I don't know him. I know he been to the penitentiary, he got out. He looked like he's doing pretty well from what I see on the internet. For him to conduct himself the way that he's going about it as a grown individual out here, I'm a little disappointed, man, because everything don't have to be for the gram, everything don't have to be for the internet. But if you put it on the internet, you have to accept the opinions and how people receive things. You have to be, accepting that, because not everybody is going to like your view. Not everybody is going to like your view, but it's still their view and how they see things, and how, they look at the situation and have their opinion. So from that standpoint with Mano, that's where my disappointment comes from. It's like, dog, you know what I'm saying? You pushing 50 out here. You've been in the industry for a little while, had some success early on. You know what I'm saying? You on the internet now. Look like you got your own podcast. You got things out here going on for yourself. I just feel like the way you going about it, and hold up. Another thing I don't like, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I know it's just me and you on YouTube right now. I don't understand how any grown man, any grown individual out here that's pushing 50, been through a lot of ups and downs, been through the penitentiary, for you to still holler that street mentality and you pushing 50, I mean, that really tells a lot about you and less about Troy Avenue. Do you feel? You know? So let that sink in, man. You out here, what I'm saying? Any grown man out here hollering at gang gang and you pushing 50. I mean, LA, hey, it's a different type of culture out there. I'm from the Bay, man. But one thing I will say, you know what I'm saying? I make this very clear. When it comes to LA and the gang politics, that's a real thing out there. I don't, what I'm saying? I'm not a part of that, but I do respect it because I know it get real funky. You know what I'm saying? Things can go down real bad for you in certain circumstances. But with that being said, you can find a lot of entertainers, Snoop Dogg, you know what I'm saying? A lot of different entertainers where they tell you they were active, but they no longer active out there. You know what I'm saying? They not pushing that type of line. So I'm saying that to say this: for Mano to be the age that he is and still trying to push that line, and you push him 50, man, what are you doing? Do you feel? Know what I mean? Thought it was all about trying to better the community, huh? Being positive, huh? Right. So shout out to Troy Ave, man. One thing I love to see, anybody younger than me out here getting money, man. And like you said, I'm not a hater, man. You can go back and watch a lot of other videos. I basically was saying the same thing. Is that if I see an individual out here popping, You know what I'm saying? And I'm not in position, then what I try to do, if I have the opportunity, is try to have a conversation with that individual in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about you giving me money. It's more of me getting some game from you, something I can use, or something you can tell me to be inspirational to motivate me to push myself to another level. You know what I'm saying? So definitely got to show, a little respect just to excuse me, to Troy Avenue for the fact that he out here making it happen. And based on what he's saying is he's independent. So for him to achieve what he achieved based on what he's putting out on the internet, I gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because I love to see young folks out here getting money in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? They ain't out here scamming. They not out here sliding on this, chopper chopper that. Nah. So Troy Ave, man, much respect, man. Keep doing your thing, man. And stand on these dudes' neck out here. You feel me? Do your thing, man, in a positive way and keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? And any OG or anybody older feel offended, maybe you need to change your ways and look at your situation. Because if you're still out here 50 years old talking about some type of street corner stop sign front porch, what are you doing? Do you feel know what I'm saying? I don't get it, man. I do not get it. You know? It's like, how can you call yourself an OG? How can you call yourself somebody that's the realest, but you ain't even keeping it real with yourself? How you call yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like you that guy, you that individual, when you not even keeping it real and you not even recognizing your own flaws to the point where you 50, almost 50 years old, still talking about some type of street code like the 90s, the early 2000s, like like that still exists. When on top of that, you know you're not prepared, you don't want to go back to jail. I don't care what anybody say. If you pushing 50, you not trying to go back to jail. I don't care how gang and how street, how you represent your stop sign front porch. You can't tell me that a grown individual will be happy to go to jail and you pushing 50. Huh? I'm just saying now. If I'm wrong, somebody tap in with me, let me know something different. I put the link up. You know what I'm saying? Let me know something different. Because you out here pushing, you know what I'm saying? Another couple of years, you feel me? You'll be able to qualify for the AARP or, some type of special social security program. Or maybe not, because, especially out, I think you gotta be what, 66, 65. But I'm pretty sure there is some type of programs out there. You know what I mean? And you talking about, man, I wouldn't mind going back to jail. You're lying. Stop, bruh. You need more people. We don't believe you. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Troy Ave, man. Hold on. Let's see. You know, and also I want to have a conversation talk about Whack 100 and Jay Diggs. Now, Jay Diggs, he from Vallejo, California. You know what I'm saying? Which I know very well. I'm from Richmond. You know what I'm saying? Richmond, California, to be exact. Easter Hill. You know, and with Vallejo, I gotta say Jay Diggs is definitely a factor. You know what I'm saying? He's a factor in the Bay, and I believe he's one of the founders or helped, finance Thiz Entertainment, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? He linked to Mr. Fab and a lot of other artists that was associated with the Thiz Nation. Even Keek the Sneak, I believe, did some work with them. So it's a Bay thing with Jay Diggs. So you may not be familiar with him, but he's definitely a factor out here in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? And some of his music do be could be cracking out here. You feel me? It do be slapping. So I got to give it up to Jay Diggs. And he's well known out here. From what I understand, he's a stand-up individual. I never met him, but I have heard, that he's a real guy out here. So, I definitely looking at that situation. And these are two older brothers as well. You know what I'm saying? I believe they in their 50s. And with Whack 100, he it is what it is. Whack 100. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to speak on it, from the grown man perspective. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, you know, when disrespect happened, and like one of my last videos I put out, I don't work well with disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So what transpired between Whack 100 and Jay Diggs, if they have to, I don't want to promote that. I don't think they should. But if they feel like they need to throw them hands as grown men out there, hey man, do your thing. But I will say this. I think it is a little bit sad to see, such a factor because from what I understand, Whack 100, he's definitely a factor out there in LA and across, United States in general. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a manager of game, Blueface, got it. From what I see, what he put on the internet or talk about from Clubhouse, what they put on YouTube, he's a major factor. And I'm not here to discredit him in any type of way. That's not my point. Um, but I do want to say this though, just a little I just feel like for them to be in a position that they're in, this could have been handled a whole lot more, what I'm saying, grown man type mentality as opposed to, throwing hands and talking reckless about somebody mama or you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't have to go to that level. I don't know if this is a joke, you know what I'm saying? But if it is real, I just felt like this could have been handled in a different type of manner, in a grown man type of situation. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Whack 100, like you said, he's an entertainer now. He's definitely a YouTuber or podcaster. You know what I'm saying? Just like myself. But I just hope I would rather see them handle that as men, not so much on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And rather have people talk about it than seeing them being the age that they are on this internet talking how they talking, man. You know what I'm saying? We came too far as people, as a black community, for it to be so reckless like this. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion about it. I just felt like, it could have been handled a whole different way. But if, from my understanding, Jay Diggs got a book, that he's promoting. I believe he got new music coming out. Whack 100, Whack 100, he's on Clubhouse, you know what I'm saying? He's affiliated with a lot of different business ventures that, what he said on the internet, what he associated with or doing business with. I would expect a whole lot more from them two individuals just because from what I can see, they both bosses in their own lanes. So for it to be where it is today, just a little disheartening to see, you know what I'm saying? You know? So I hope they figure it out. And if they do need to throw hands, just let them throw hands where it's just them two, and they duke it out as men, and it is what it is. However it end out is how it end out. But it shouldn't go no further than that. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why it's important. What I talk a lot on my channel, and I'm gonna continue talking about it because it need to be said. With this situation, with Mano, Troy Avenue. I keep saying Troy Avenue, Troy Ave, but it's pretty much Avenue. Whack 100, J Diggs. It's important for you to see or look at these situations and take away the positive of what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you need to handle, your business and get down, move accordingly. Because, like I said, not every conversation can end with a talking situation, but also not every situation just because you're debating or disagree should lead to some type of violent act. You know what I'm saying? So that's my point on it. You know what I'm saying? And I hope, like I said, they get that resolved. However, it's going to resolve. You know what I mean? But as a grown individual, it just looks, as a black community, it just looks ridiculous. Be honest with you, because none of these guys are some young teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Except for Troy Ave, all these guys are pushing 50, man, if not already 50. But you're talking about, you know, catch these hands and yada, yada, yada. Come on now. Do you feel, you know? So I don't get it, man. Don't get it. But how it ends is how it ends. That's on them brothers, man. You know? And it's like I said, it's to me, it's all about having a standard about yourself and move accordingly, meaning you have to assess the situation. You have to look at the situation and make a decision on how you want to move in that situation. You know, because just remember that, especially when it's on the internet, that information is there forever, regardless if you erase it or not. You know what I mean? People be recording stuff, downloading stuff. Come on now. And that's why I say it's all about your standards and also controlling your emotions. I did a video about this a while back. You have to control your emotions, especially for my guys out there. You know what I'm saying? Grown up individuals out here. As you get older, you will hopefully understand that you have to think before you make your move. Before you say certain words out of your mouth, you have to understand what comes with that, you know? Because based on your emotion, based on your action, of course, there is a reaction, and you can't control how that reaction is going to affect you. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody is trying to throw hands. Some people rather shoot you. You know what I mean? Somebody rather do some type of violent act to you than have a conversation. So that's why I say you have to understand the position that you're in and move accordingly because you have no idea what you may be walking into. You know what I mean? So if you want some sauce, you want some great game, there's some game right there for you. Do you feel? You know? I'm sipping tonight. I'm gonna drop another video tomorrow. So this whole weekend, I'm letting you know I'm being way more active. I'm dropping a video every day. For the next 3, 4 days, you're gonna see a new video from me. I am Sean B. Stoller. All I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration. Huh? It's your first time to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. It's right there. And make sure you hit the little bell so you get them notifications. So when I come back and drop this ism on you, you'll be one of the first to get that notification. I appreciate it. So subscribe, like, leave a comment. You can share it. It's cool. you know, so a little something I want to speak on about that because I just feel like it's time for standards, man. Because everywhere you go, whether you're using a cell phone, an internet service, everything you do outside of your house, or even in your house to a degree, it has a terms and conditions attached to that. You know what I'm saying? The cell phone you use, huh? Everything has a terms and conditions. So why you don't have that in your life? You should have a terms and conditions about your life. Because everything you do in life has a terms and conditions. Now, I'm not focusing on high value this, high value that. I'm just talking about in general. You should have a standard for yourself. Because when you have that, in my opinion, when you're dealing with people around you, they know what to expect from you. And then on the flip side, you also want them to be accountable for their actions as well. Do you feel? You know, it's like a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth, in my opinion, because doesn't matter. Pretty much anything you do has a terms and conditions. You can buy something in the store, but have you read the directions? It has a terms and conditions, huh? I'm just saying, man. You gotta look at your situation and move accordingly and understand your position as well, huh? And shoot, I'm not gonna be on here too long because I need to eat some food too. I got a plate waiting on me. You know what I'm saying? My shorty made me a plate. So I'm about to chow that down in a little bit. I just had to come on this mic and drop something, you know, because like I said, I'm on a mission and I appreciate anybody that watch my channel, whether you watch it for the shorts, my short videos, full videos, or when I go live. I appreciate you, huh? Because I'm on a mission to continue to push a hard line with positivity and self-motivation, huh? So, you know, it's a little something I want to drop. And to all my OGs out there, you got to really understand, especially if you You have people around you that you influence. It's very important for you to have a certain type of standard for yourself because those young individuals around you, after you pass away or wherever, or as they become into their manhood, if they haven't already, based on their experience with you or being around you, that can taint their reality. So it's important for you to understand your position and understand who's being inspired by you and make sure you're trying to lead them to the right path, not the wrong. Huh? So thank you for watching my live tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. You know, I am Sean B. Stola. Until next time, peace.